Right. So today I want to walk through I just want to have a perfect entry, like a checklist, and how I think about going through with my trades and just overall my whole thought process. And so, just so you guys can understand for the future of watching my videos as well. And let's just get into it. I'm going to choose whatever I trade. And look, I know some people say, oh, yeah, you're just faking it. Like, I don't know exactly anything. I picked a date. Actually, I kind of don't like this date because I've done that around that zone. So I'm gonna pick again. That's that's fine. Thing is, I did February last time, so I actually kind of have an idea. Anyway, let's just get into it. So I'm gonna give the whole walkthrough of what I'm thinking. I like to trade ES more, just because I have more time watching those charts. All right. Oh man, there's a big gap. Anyway, nothing to show on the weekly. Got this sweet. It's kind of looking like a market maker model here, as you can see. I just explained in my last video. If you haven't seen, I explained the market maker model perfectly, but as you can see, you're having this sell side of the curve, and it's looking like when it's having a strong retrace like this, it's looking like it's gonna have the buy side of the curve eventually. But sorry. Anyway, yeah. But on the 4 hour, let's get into it. Delete these. 4 hour already looked like it's pushing up. Had an inversion here off of this sweep. So it would have been a fine entry right here. The sweep of liquidity and inversion. Taps into it. It's still running. Hit this. So it hit this high right here. It'll probably come for this high as well. We just have to see if we can get an entry in on it. Yeah, the market's just been pushing. So we're targeting this high. I'm looking at the time frame, seeing exactly what's going on, but there's not much price action. On the 15-minute, let's see if there's any lows. It looked like, and this is what happens sometimes in the market. Before the market opens, what time is this? 12:30. Anyway, right now it is 9:30. Market open. It looked like it already got its tap in, unfortunately. I usually like when this happens during market open, but it looked like it already tapped in. Now it looks like it's just going to run for this high. Tapped into a fair value gap, and now it's running higher. I would probably like this inversion, but I wouldn't enter in soon. Let me just explain something. If this inverses, I'm like 99% sure this will run up to here, right? And I don't want to take it because that's kind of being disobedient to my rules of waiting for the time to play out, like waiting till at least 9:50 to 10, right? So that's being disobedient. But if it plays off of this, chops around, it gives me an entry, then that would be nice. But right now, it might just inverse this. We'll have to see. All right, so it's pushing. Yeah. So it literally just ran for it. And there was probably a 1 minute, but we had to let the market play. So the rest of the day might be chopped because it's just swept a big high. Let's just see how it plays, I guess. So we could work with. So now we're inside this fair value gap. I already don't like this session because we had such an early liquidity sweep. I switched to the 1 minute so I could see a fair value gap tap in, and I want to look for an inversion, and it already inversed it. So the reason I don't want to take this entry is because we just got a liquidity sweep, but this is a completely valid entry. There's nothing wrong with this entry at all. I think it's actually clean, but I wouldn't take it because we just got that higher time frame liquidity sweep. Yeah. So let's just see how it plays. And it runs. runs for sure. So it's entry's still right. Everything's still good, but I wouldn't have taken that one personally. Holy. All right, so it already pushed all the way up here. That's insane. That was like one session. Insane. Um yeah, so we're bull. Clearly we're bullish. This high is gonna get swept any minute. I really hope it doesn't sweep it and it just plays around, comes hits this. But I doubt that will happen. I believe it will sweep. Yeah, so we're getting these really early liquidity sweeps, and it's kind of annoying because you can't play with it. You really can't. What am I supposed to do when the market sweeps so early? I At that point I'm guessing when it's gonna come back and when it's gonna retrace back up. Like I'm not exactly sure. That's the issue. So it taps into here, and this is good. Let me see. There's really no inversion fair value gaps here. 3 minute we have this one. 5 minute we have this one. Okay. And for the same reason I don't like this one. It's still clean, that's the issue, but I just don't know how high this will run. I'm not gonna enter. I'm gonna wait. Okay, perfect. Good thing I waited. Usually when there's a higher time frame fair value gap like this one, this is a 15-minute, it's gonna come tap into it more than once. So now we're in it with this, and it retraced pretty deep out of it. Let's see how it does it with this. And let's speed this up by the 5 minute. If this inverses, that's pretty clean. It swept out all of this liquidity. And I just want to say something. It swept out these lows right here. So I would say if it inversed this 1 minute, it's still clean. Issue is, let me see how it's doing on the 15 minutes. So as 5 minutes to retrace out of into this fair value gap. Let's see how it plays. All right, that's beautiful. All right, I'm gonna just take an entry off of this. I know it's kind of like impatient, but I like that we kind of created these highs here. I'm gonna send this one up to here. I don't think it's gonna hit it, but why not? Little runner. Why is it saying this? 16. That's not 1%. Why is it doing that? All right, I don't know exactly what's going on with that fixed replay, but let's just place the order. All right, so I fixed it. So we're literally only risking 20 bucks to make. Oh well, it didn't send. All right, well it's not sending. Let's just see how it rolls. Oh, I don't know what's going on with this. Anyway, let's just run it. See what happens. All right, we're around the like 40% mark, so I'm gonna take off 25%. Oh wait, I gotta take it off every position. All right, well that's kind of annoying. Let's just not take any partials. All right, there it goes. So stupid. Anyway, it hit all take profits. Will it run higher? No. Okay, so that was a clean bread and butter setup. I just want to post that out there so you guys could kind of see what I'm looking for. And I'll walk it through one more time. We had a 15-minute fair value gap here that was respected, right? We already pushed up through a high, but we were waiting for a retrace into a fair value gap. It rebalanced this inefficiency. And then we were just waiting for an entry. We had this chop up here. You could have optimally waited for this fair value gap inversion for this to close. And then entered, which was fine as well. But I know when there's a chop like this, it's like it's a smaller time frame market maker model. So as you can see, it's starting to curve out over here, right? And then it expands on up. And if you go into the lower time frame, it'll look exactly like a market maker model. Redistribution, and then you got all this chop. It sweeps out this relative. These have nice orders because there's lows underneath here, right here. It sweeps it out, and then I knew once this fair value gap had inversed, it never comes and sweeps back these lows. This low right here is extremely safe because it already swept out these two and it inversed this fair value gap. So I knew maybe if I played it tight, I could have got stopped out, but I knew it wouldn't come and sweep under these lows for sure. So that was a very good trade. I got filled right there, and I targeted all the way at these highs, so that was a clean 1 to 2. And there was more on it, but maybe if you zoomed out and looked, you could have found it. But that was a solid trade. And you could see how retaps, I'm not really worried about this close underneath because there's also these fair value gaps and other time frames. This order block right here, as you could see, you have this order block. There's too many confluences, but the second it does this, it inverses this fair value gap, breaks structure, comes back. It's gonna run, and you can see how it taps back into it multiple times. Anyway, I just wanted to put out there like my bread and butter setups and how to make pretty much easy profits. I'd say this is a very, very high probability setup. And the best part about it is that it's great risk to reward. I mean, I just risked $20 to make $130, right? On a $2,000 account. If you're risking 1%, it's $20 for 100 something, right? So it's a great risk to reward, honestly. Oh wait, actually no. It was if I'm risking, sorry, I did a 1 to 2, so that would have been $40. But I don't know why this is just glitching, messing up my head. Anyway, that's the bread and butter setups. It's great to learn how to invest. It's great to learn how to trade. Continue watching if you want to learn. Always, always, always watch these for value apps. Watch these order blocks. Trust me, they're the way. You have to understand this. Anyway, thanks for watching.